I've got my Happy New Year's hat on. I see a lot of you already talking to each other in there in the waiting room. I guess it's called the waiting room, the waiting area. And that's super cool. I just love that because to me that, brings you all close together and lets you get to know each other. Well, we're going to start off with a toast. Not a piece of toast. But even though it's not New Year's yet, I've got my wine glass here and it's full of Sprite since I don't drink. So instead of having a clink in, we're going to have a toast. So whatever you're drinking today, let's toast to a wonderful and contented new year. All right, are you ready to get started? I've got so many things I want to talk to you about today. First of all, I want to say thank you for tuning in to our live video chat or live video podcast. I'm Sara Sach, and something you may have noticed if you went to the YouTube channel is I have a new banner. And I decided to change the name to Crochet Designs by Sara Sach. Now, it doesn't change the YouTube channel name. It's still just Sara Sach. But I thought it would be fun just to add a little extra. I like to kind of have a theme for the year, and so I think that's what my theme is Crochet Designs by Sara Sach. And the reason that is super duper important is because I get lots of questions and lots of people asking if I will do videos of other people's patterns. And the answer to that is always going to be, always going to be no, unless there's something, worked out. And I have done a couple of my daughter's patterns and things like that, and that we've worked that out together. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to remove this hat. It's itching my head, so I'm just going to set it down there next to me. I wanted to have it on when the video started. Alrighty, so now the first thing I want to talk to you about is our word of the year. Now you remember, if you watched the video on Christmas Eve, I did talk a little bit about the word of the year. Now, in 2020, my word of the year was joy. I had no idea what 2020 would bring. And I worked really hard at being joyful. It wasn't easy, but I did work hard at it. And then when 2021 came around, I decided to choose the word peace. Because joy comes from inside. Even though our surroundings can cause us to feel anxious and things, we still can have inner joy and inner peace. And so 2021, instead of working towards joy, I worked on peace. And when you have joy and peace in your heart, in your soul, in yourself, you can have contentment. And even though, we still have other issues, we all have family issues, we have health issues and work issues, things that can really get us down and drag us down. Even though we have those, we can still have contentment. And I'll have to say that crochet and crafts, working with my hands, is part of what brings me contentment. Because I can, I was just reading a comment. Thank you, Cheryl. She says, I love seeing you and love your channel. Thank you so much. But I love all of you. You're all my crochet community. And in reality, and I say this all the time, I cannot do any of this without all of you. And so you're a part of what helps me be content. And that's something that I want to work on this year. I've not arrived. I have work to do. And something that helps me be more content is when I reach out to others. And I talked a little bit about this on our Christmas Eve video. But through the year for 2022, I want to reach out more. I have a lot of test items that I make with different yarns, because sometimes I'll try one yarn and I'll make it and I'll think, I don't really like that especially. It's not a bad thing. It looks pretty. It's just not my favorite. And so I'll retest it with another yarn, or I'll have some test items like hats, scarves, cowls, shawls, things like that. And I want to give more of those things rather than putting them in a bin and saving them for another time. I want to give those things away to people that can really use them and enjoy them. And so that's kind of what my goal is for being more content. All right. And so the word for 2022 is contentment. And that I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what I'm going to be working on. Okay. All right. Now, like I said, you'll notice that I have changed the banner on my YouTube channel. It's kind of funny because I changed the banner on my blog. I changed the banner on my Facebook page, and I changed the banner on my YouTube channel. And I got these emails and a couple of messages saying someone's messing with your stuff because everything's changed. Well, it was me. I did it because I kind of wanted something fresh and simple. And so it's blue, it's pretty, and I really, really like it. I also found out that on Facebook in the groups, you can change the main colors. And I've been having a little fun with that as well. All right. Now, are you ready to find out some of the things we're going to do for 2022? All right. So I have a list of 6 things. All right. The first thing that we're going to be starting in January is and I'm going to watch my notes so I don't say it wrong this time. We're going to have our year-long Crochet Along, and it's going to be called Scrap Happy Crochet Along. And the way that's going to work is each month on the third Monday, not Tuesday, of the month, I'll release a new pattern. And all of these patterns, it'll be once a month, will be something that we can use up our scrap yarn that's in our yarn stash and make something fun and useful out of it. I have a list of things we've already been working on, blankets, bags, scarves, and some other things, even some kitchen items that are going to be things that we can use up our scrap yarns. Some of them will be medium weight number 4 yarns. Some will be acrylic, some will be cotton, some will be chunky yarns, and some will be things where we're going to hold 2, 3, or 4 yarn strands together at the same time and maybe use some of our bigger crochet hooks. So it'll be a lot of fun. And we'll probably learn some new stitches and some new techniques along the way. And so that's going to be once a month, the third Monday of each month, unless I let you know, there's always circumstances like, YouTube goes down or they're not letting us add things in or it just doesn't get finished, things like that, or sickness. And so, but keep that in mind that it will be the third Monday of each month. All right, the other thing is we're going to continue on with our Friday Fun Day. And I really enjoyed doing this particular video. Every Friday, we'll do this, and they're usually a little shorter, a little bit of fun stuff. Sometimes it's a crochet pattern, sometimes it's yarn related, and sometimes, like last Friday, it's about cookies. And I'll talk to you about that in just a little bit. And I want to really incorporate some fun things, maybe some fun techniques. And it's just a different sort of video. I want to use the word genre, but that's not the right term. But just a different style of what we're going to be doing on Friday Fun Day. I started it this summer, and everyone has really, really loved it and asked me to keep going with it. And I'm going to. It's just, my thing is, in this crazy world with family issues and friend issues and sickness and all this stuff, we need time to get away, even if it's just for 20 or 30 minutes, and set those things aside. And that's kind of the thinking on the Friday Fun Day. And so we're going to be continuing with that. Now, I always get asked, what time of day is Friday Fun Day? I don't know. Mostly because I try to film it really early in the morning, especially if I'm going to try to do it outside. But you never know with YouTube. Sometimes a 20-minute video can take 20 minutes to load. sometimes it can take 2 hours. And because you just never know with YouTube. And I've learned some things of when are the better times to load and when, when it'll load faster and things like that. But just know it's on Fridays. And I really try to get things done by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because that's when my work day tries to end, is at 3 o'clock. Because I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning most of the time. All right, another thing we're going to continue on is our Coffee and Crochet with Sara podcast, which is today and what we're doing now. And we're going to keep it at 9:30. I've played around, talked to some other people that watch, and I know that it's not a good time for everybody, and there's just no way to do it where it fits everybody's needs. But one thing to remember is the Coffee and Crochet with Sara every Tuesday, 9:30 a.m. Mountain Time, because I live south of Denver in Colorado, so we're on Mountain Time, is that it is always saved to YouTube, and you can watch it when you get a chance, okay? It will not, until the video, I can't remember exactly how it's done, but it will not show it until it's been completely rendered through YouTube, but you won't know about it unless you ask it to remind you, as well as be a subscriber to my YouTube channel. I get comments all the time about I wasn't notified. Well, you have to tell it to notify you. You have to tell YouTube what you want to watch, what you want to see. And it also helps if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. So make sure that you do that, okay? But just go to the YouTube channel, Sara Sach, at 9:30 a.m. Mountain Time every Tuesday, unless I tell you otherwise, like when I was on vacation and couldn't get there, or I had a doctor's appointment, so we did it later. I will try to let you know all those things, but for the most part, 9:30 a.m. Mountain Time on the YouTube channel on Tuesdays. Don't forget, that's on Tuesdays. Okay, now, the other thing that we're going to be doing is on that Coffee and Crochet with Sara, we do what we call a monthly giveaway. And the monthly giveaway can be anything from a crochet book like Stringy Ding Ding gave us in December. It can be crochet hooks. It could be yarn. And it could be kits and other things. Sometimes things are given to me as donations, and I try to put them together to make a really fun donation. Okay? And if you'll notice behind me there, it says Coffee and Crochet with Sara on that banner. And I have tote bags. I left them way over there. I'm not going to go get them. I have tote bags that are muslin. And then I also have canvas zip bags that you can put crochet hooks in. And each month, along with the giveaway, I also give away one of those. I have given away the coffee cups and other things as well. So each month it's different, but I'll always let you know. And the way it works is the first Tuesday of each month, I'll tell you what it is. And then you have 2 weeks. All you have to do is comment on this live video, and then we put that in the random generator. And if you've never won before, and it turns over every year. So now in January, we're going to have what I call our big yarn giveaway bash. And I take a big box and I fill it with all kinds of different kinds of yarns. And I like to do this because you'll get cottons and acrylics and cakes, yarn, and all kinds of things. And it'll be yarns maybe you haven't got a chance to try. And so in January, we're going to be doing that. And so the first week in January, the first Tuesday in January, I'll tell you all about it with more details. And then in 2 weeks, the winner will be chosen and name announced on that third Tuesday, which makes it 2 weeks. I know that kind of sounds, but anyway, that's when the winner will be announced. That way they have time for the next week for me to get it out to them during the same month. All right? All right, so I thought there was a question, but it doesn't look like it. But anyway, that's what the giveaways are all about. Now, I pay for the shipping, and there was a little snafu where when I was taking a bunch of stuff to the post office put it in the wrong category, and it was sent to, I think it was a year ago's winner, actually in December. And they told her that she had to pay for it. I'm like, that's not correct. Send it back, return to sender. And so what I do is I try really hard to fit everything in priority boxes because I feel like those boxes get there faster. USPS priority boxes. It costs me a little bit extra, but it's important to me that when you win something that you get your prize, you know. So anyway, that's the way that the monthly giveaway works. Now, concerning our new patterns and pattern tutorials, what we're going to be doing this year, and just to kind of give you a rundown the way the week works. On Monday, I usually do a new pattern release with a pattern tutorial. In that pattern tutorial, you're going to have the video on YouTube. It'll be, the written pattern will be on the blog, and on that blog also will be lots of pictures. And that's important because some people, they don't really care for the videos, and so they'll go to the blog and then they can see how to make it with pictures. Some people can read the pattern and maybe I write different than you read, you know what I mean? We all understand different. And so 2 seconds. Okay, so you may want to refer to the video just to help you through a section. And so it's all there for you, the written, photo tutorial, and video tutorial. So if you come to the YouTube channel and you see a video pattern that you want to see, and you're thinking, I want to see how it's written out, underneath every single video in that description box will be a link. And you just click that link and it'll shoot you over to my blog where the written pattern is located with the pictures. Okay? Because I'm telling you, every week I get questions. Where's the video? Where's the written pattern? And there's links on the blog to take you to the video, and there's links underneath the video to take you to the blog. Okay? So, Monday I usually release a new pattern if possible. Tuesday is our live video here on YouTube. Wednesday, I try to do what I call update videos. Sometimes it'll be new or something smaller. And then I have, like I've said, I've written over 1,500 patterns. And so what I'm trying to do is go back to those older patterns, update them, because I read them sometimes and I'm like, what was I thinking? You know what I mean? And so we're taking some of those old patterns and rewriting them, or if some of them are with older yarns that are no longer available, and we're retesting them with some newer yarns, making a new video, and those are usually on Wednesday. Then I usually do not do a video on Thursday, and that's because that's Oma and Zoe Day. And what that means is my granddaughter's name is Zoe, and so on Thursdays we spend the day together, and we're usually baking. She loves to bake. She loves gymnastics. So we're baking, and I'm watching her flip in the front yard. So that's she calls me Oma, so that's our Oma and Zoe Day. Then on Friday, I try to do our Friday Fun Day. And so basically, you're getting about 4 videos a week. Every now and then, if I don't have her on Thursday, I'll have her on Wednesday, and we'll switch those around, or something like that. All right, and so that's kind of how the week is laid out. And so basically, I'm keeping you busy all week, and I'm giving you Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday to rest. I get questions all the time about, do I have to make this pattern on your YouTube channel? You don't. If you don't care for it, you don't have to make it. So it's kind of up to you and your taste. I try to, in what I do, I try to kind of give what you would call a plethora of patterns. A whole lot of patterns and a whole lot of different colors with a whole lot of different yarns. It's just a big mix-up thing. Because when I first started doing writing out patterns, I pretty much just did dog stuff because my dogs were brand new. And that was 14 years ago when I first started doing this online, I should say. I've been writing and crocheting for almost 40 years. Probably longer than that. But when I went online, because online hasn't been around that long, I started with dog stuff, and that's why you'll see Sara Sach of Posh Pooch Designs, and that was my original one. I still do dog things. I still love doing pet things, and it's a lot of fun, and if you like animals and dogs and cats and things, you'll find a lot of patterns for those as well. but I just sort of stretched out and have just a lot of fun just designing things that I think are useful and fun and sometimes quite a bit silly, but it's still fun because we need crochet to be fun and laugh at ourselves, okay? And so that's the things that are going to be going on for 2022. That doesn't mean that's the only things either, because I do have some other thoughts in mind, you know, for some of our Friday fun days and new patterns and things like that. All right. So if you want to get ready for 2022, start going through your yarn stash and seeing what you've got. And when we get the patterns out there for the Scrap Happy Crochet Along, you'll be ready. All right, now I'm going to let you go in just a second, but before I do, I want to tell you what we did this week at Posh Pooch Designs. Yesterday, I'm gonna bring my camera down over to my top camera here. Yesterday, we did this square, and we made this really fun table runner. I'm going to pull it across here so you can kind of see how it goes. It's just stair steps, and then you set it at an angle. Okay, this is one of those patterns. I'm going to show you the squares that we did yesterday. It looks a little bit complicated, and it can be with your color changes. If you're struggling with this pattern, this is called the Firecracker Granny Square and Table Runner. On the video, I show you how to make the square, how to join them together, and then how to join them into that stair step and add just a really simple trim. But if you're watching the video and you just can't figure out those color changes, that's where I was talking about. Go underneath the video in that description box and click that link that says crochet pattern link. Because on that crochet pattern, I also have a section with pictures that explains the color changes with pictures. And the reason that I bring that up is because some people learn better on a video and some people learn better on a still picture. And so I want to make that available so that you can make this particular square or table runner. And it's just a 6-inch square. And you can see I used that really sparkly yarn because I was making this for New Year's Eve to set out on the table. And I think this would look beautiful in red, white, and blue for the 4th of July. Or maybe just 2 colors, the whole thing, you know, with sparkle yarns. Because we called it the Firecracker because we wanted the center to look like an exploding fireworks. And I like it. I like how crisp it turned out. You know, you can really tell on this one. See how crisp that is? And it has just a slight turn, not much, but just a slight turn that kind of makes it look like it's turning and exploding. Okay, that's the Firecracker 6-inch square and table runner. We did that yesterday. Now, last Friday, I'm going to go back over here to my top camera again. See if I can scoot those up. There we go. Last Friday, we just did a fun little pop-in video for our Friday fun. And I told you about these 2 cookies that are Santa's favorites. Now, you don't have to make these just for Santa. But what I want to tell you is how easy these are. The peanut butter cookie that we made these out of, these are our peanut butter blossoms, is basically peanut butter, sugar, and an egg. And then we used hugs and chocolate kisses for the centers. And some people put the kisses on afterwards. My granddaughter insisted that if you put the kisses on and then bake them, I think it's 10 minutes. The top of the chocolate tastes like a marshmallow s'more. Okay, and so that's why we did it that way. Now this cookie here is a cake box cookie. Very few ingredients. You can use any cake box or boxed cake. And we added red and green sprinkles, just a dash of green food coloring, and then we added some chopped up Andes mints, those chocolate mints that are squares. I found a bag at my Safeway that was already chopped up, and we put that in there. And as far as the ingredients, you can add whatever sprinkles and add-ins that you want to. But if you just want to make the cookies, you can use any boxed cake. Lemon, strawberry, and all it takes is an egg and a little bit of oil. and the cake mix to make these. And in my opinion, I would rather make those type cookies than shape cookies. And I love sugar cookies, but I'm telling you, I am horrible with royal icing and decorating. My granddaughter loves to use the tubes and all the tips and make all the neat stuff. Her mom, my daughter-in-law, is an amazing cake and cookie maker. And as a matter of fact, I have never eaten a sugar cookie better than the ones my daughter-in-law makes. But we did this on Christmas Eve, and these cookies are super easy to make. And you can, by adding in extras in that cake buck mix or choosing, I mean, you could use that spice cake. Wouldn't that be yummy? And make cookies out of it. And so I couldn't have it because there's cinnamon in it and I'm allergic to cinnamon. But I mean, you can go any flavor, a chocolate cake, put peanut butter chips in it. Super easy. And they're just rolled in balls and stuck in the oven. I have the complete recipes in that link underneath the description box on our last Friday fun day that says Santa's for cookies for Santa. You'll find it easily because I'm eating one of these like this. Okay, now the last thing that we did last week, I'm going to go over to my roaming camera so you can see that. We made this striped velvet cowl. And a couple of weeks ago, we did the striped velvet hat. I called it the velvet stocking hat. And so I had all the half skeins left and thought, you know what? I should make a cowl that matches it. What a great gift. Now, I made those in Christmas colors because that's what I had. It's the, it's that Hobby Lobby called, it's by Yarn Bee, Velvety Smoothie something yarn. I can't remember the name of it. I had that label, but I don't know what I did with it. But let me see if it's over there. Nope, it's not. Okay, so anyway, you can use any velvet yarn for this. I really like this one because it is a medium weight number 4. And a lot of them are a lot bigger. They're like a 5. And so I thought that it would be fun to make a set. You can see it right there behind me. But you don't have to make it in Christmas colors. And that's something that I try to tell people all the time. You know, I get emails all the time that says, but you made that in pink and I like blue. Make it in blue. You know, just because a pattern designer uses a certain color, that doesn't mean you have to. And just because they use a certain yarn, it doesn't mean you have to use that same yarn. Remember, as long as you're sticking with the same weight of yarn, you can switch it up. You could make that cowl and hat all in one color and not do the stripes, you know, and you could use any medium weight number 4 yarn to make it. And that's something I get questions about all the time. Yes, some medium weight yarns might be a little thinner or a little thicker, and you may have to adjust your hook. And that's where, what is the other thing I say all the time? Measure as you go. If you learn nothing from me ever, learn this. Keep a tape measure in your project bag. Keep a tape measure everywhere you sit to crochet and measure as you go. Alrighty, let me check my notes. I think that's all I've got for you today. And I just want to wish everyone a super happy new year and to try our best to be content through 2022. Well, thank you all. Love you all, and I'll see you next year. Bye-bye now.